What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Stocks to Watch. And again, we had a day where Nifty started correcting once again. Profit booking kicked in, and Bank Nifty was weaker than ever. So I think if you have been a follower and a subscriber of our channel, you know what we've been talking about. And I think we spoke about this yesterday. Profit booking is going to kick in, and that is exactly what happened in Nifty. So this is a daily chart of Nifty, and Nifty kind of faked out. This breakout was kind of a fake move because what Nifty has been doing after that kind of tells you the story. This is what happened, in Nifty in the last 2 days. And if I talk about Bank Nifty, I think we had a similar expectation. Stocks have been doing well, but Bank Nifty also kind of moved lower. And this is the daily chart of Bank Nifty. So we have not seen 50,000 in Bank Nifty, the magical number that almost every Bank Nifty lover wants a Bank Nifty to touch. But as of now, we have got very close to these areas of demand zones. And if we probably tap into these areas, we might have some action. So all in all, the markets are essentially positioning itself, like the market participants are positioning themselves in a way where the market is kind of trying to liquidate longs. Profit booking is happening because this Friday is the last time you'll be able to square up your positions, because then exit polls will kick in and all the election drama uncertainty will start kicking in. Now, as far as India VIX is concerned, so I'll just open up India VIX today. India VIX is kind of flattish, but based on the daily chart, I think India VIX could squeeze even higher and volatility will increase in the market. So I think it makes all the more sense to focus on the stocks which are outperforming. And we had a bunch of stocks in the cash segment which were doing extremely well. So let's get started with that. But before that, let's quickly have a look at the watch list that we had for yesterday, and let's see what the performance of these stocks were. And before that, if you are new here, consider subscribing to the channel and hit the like button. It does motivate me and my team to bring this kind of content to you. Granville Norton coming out of this base, big volume squeeze, 8% up. EID Paris, same structure, same story, up 8%. Suntech broke out of this base, and AU Bank is again setting up to break out tomorrow. A disclaimer, me and a lot of my colleagues have positions in AU Bank, and that's a disclaimer that if you are looking to take a position, please consult your financial advisor. This is not an advice or a recommendation. So AU Bank, from the bank's perspective, I think looks very strong, and it could fill up this gap that you see on the screen. So I think this is pretty interesting. Torrent Power was kind of flattish, and Heritage Foods was also kind of decent. It opened higher, but couldn't really continue its move again. Now coming on to the watch list for the next day, which is tomorrow. I'll just start off with FinPipe and FinCables. I think Finolex Pipe, very, very nice breakout, setting up. FinCables, same story. It has already moved, and this base was broken out in a very, very strong and a large, way. If you look at the move in this entire, it's a 44% move in FinCables out of nowhere. So that's the kind of power that this base breakout had. Next up on the list is Tips Industries, which is currently tapping at the weekly order block, which looks good. This is a good area of demand. So could be looked from a positional long perspective. JK Paper is something that I keep a watch on. Setting up a nice base, volume dry up, but it's still yet to prove that it's ready to break out of this base. Next up, we've got Usha Martin setting up in a nice base formation. It's still ready. It's not ready to move yet, but I think your eyes should be on this. Same goes with Markson's Pharma, because we've seen what Divi's Lab has done. We've seen what Dr. Reddy's has done. So I think pharma companies are picking up. Maharashtra Scooter, again, coming out of this base, looks interesting. I think this is going to be one of the strong performers because it has kind of taken out the last 7-8 day range in a jiffy. So I think Maharashtra Scooters should be something to aim for. Auto companies did really well today, and we have a bunch of auto companies today in our list as well. Next up, we've got Bata India making a picture-perfect textbook VCP at a weekly order block. So everything kind of sets up. The only problem is the growth of this company is kind of lagging. The market doesn't like it. So I'm not really sure on how aggressively Bata is going to move, but I think this is decent enough. Eris Life Sciences, another pharma name, setting up in a nice base formation with a volume dry up, looks nice. Quick Heal, tapping into the order block, into these areas of demand. So interesting to see on how it will react. It was already given a reaction 5% from the lows. So I think this is also going to be interesting. Next up, we've got 20 microns tapping into this order block after a break of structure. So that is also an interesting one. We've got Arvind Smart Spaces coming into this order block. Again, stock has moved 3.5%. Real estate has been moving nicely. So I think this demand zone should be something where this should be reacting. AU Bank, we've already discussed. SKF India is another continuation-based breakout formation that we are seeing right now. So I think it's going to be interesting to see on how this one plays out. Next up, we've got Torrent Power. We already discussed that, setting up nicely. There is lots of supply, so not my first preference name. Pfizer is another name that, again, from the pharma space. So you're seeing that continuously defensive names such as pharma are popping up again and again. That means a lot of money flow could kind of transfer in from, all these mid caps and, risk on trades to kind of defensive names like pharma and probably FMCG. Bajaj Auto, similar structure, like the others, making a base. There is supply, but I think this base is strong enough. Bajaj Auto has been an outperformer, so I think this could outperform. Bandhan Bank, again from the banking space, setting up really nicely, looking to fill up this gap. So this is also an interesting one. LTTS, again, amongst IT, I think this is probably one of the strongest name, at least it looks from the outside. The base is really nice, and I think this could have a breakout. This is very similar to the Phenolix, cables chart that I think I showed you. So I think there could be like a good, rally or action, probably post-elections. Dr. Reddy, again, same structure, reacting from an area of demand, breaking out of this base, looks really nice. MMFL, MM Forgings, is again, there is a exhaustion, I think this is like a very, very good gap that the stock has probably, this is like a breakaway gap that this stock has shown, and it has come out of this range. So I think it's going to be interesting to see on how this one moves. Earnings are going to be announced, earnings were announced today. But I have no idea about how the earnings were because I don't track this stock. But it's going to be an interesting one to see. Balakrishna could show some momentum. Asian Paints, we tried taking a trade today, but the stop loss was triggered because the structure is still decent enough. Maybe tomorrow Asian Paints could start moving. Then we've got Technocraft Industries, again, a nice little base. And I think earnings were also announced today. So I think this is a post-earnings reaction. TRIL is another transformers and rectifiers. Again, very nice base. This is a circuit stock, so be careful. Shreyas Shipping, I think this is a very, very good name. The base, the structure is very good. We've seen what logistics stocks have done. So I think I really like this. I'm going to keep this on my radar. UBL finally, having a green candle closing after reacting from this order block. So I think there is a trade in UBL. There's a good opportunity over here. So you can probably explore this. This is going to be a swing trade, 3-4% stop. Try to aim for like a 15% kind of a move, breaking these highs. So I think that's what I'm going to be looking for in UBL. Next up, we've got Capital First. Capital Small Finance Bank, coming to this area of order block after its IPO, the stock has underperformed. But from a newly launched IPO and a small finance bank, I think a 5.5% risk for a positional play could yield good returns in this. The risk reward is very favorable, so you can probably explore this. Once again, this is a disclaimer. This is not an investment advice or recommendation. I am a SEBI registered research analyst, but this is not an advice. Last name on the list is IIFL. After so many negative catalysts, the stock has finally set up nice technically. As far as earnings are concerned, earnings came out today and they were decent. And now tomorrow, I think the management is going to give guidance and there's going to be a con call where they will show what is going to be the impact of the gold loan ban that RBI has placed on this name. So it's going to be interesting to see whether it's going to be a revival story or not as far as IIFL Finance is concerned. So these are the stocks that we're going to be watching out for tomorrow. Be cautious, trade light. The next 2 days going to be today, I think, was Bank Nifty, volatility day. Tomorrow is Nifty's expiry. Nifty could probably be very volatile and so could be the market overall. And we've only got 2 days left in the month and less than 5 days for the election results to come out. So trade safe, trade small, position size properly and trade responsibly. I wish you all the best for your trading day. Once again, requesting you to subscribe to the channel if you like such content. More than 70% of you who watch the content have not been subscribed to the channel yet. So your subscription really matters because we're going to start more series, more content which will help you. So each subscriber matters. So please do hit the subscribe button and the like button if you really enjoy the content, and your comments are always welcome. Thank you so much. Good night. Take care. I'll see you in the next one.